The Center for Democracy and Development, CDD, on Monday raised doubt over the credibility of the results announced for the governorship election across the state, following alleged public sale of votes, violence, and intimidation. In its post-election briefing on Monday, the organization stated how electoral offenses, such as vote buying, encourage disregard for party ideology in favor of accepting what a specific political party candidate can provide before voting begins.
The violence and intimidation that voters experience in casting their votes, and the mistrust that many voters had in the capabilities of INEC following the February 23 elections, despite any improvements this time, cannot be dissociated from the emerging outcomes of the 28 governorship and 36 State House of Assembly elections that we had over the last weekend. Vote trading was more pronounced in these elections than in the February 25th elections, with both cash and goods used by all political parties to induce voters. In Anambra State, for instance, party agents were observed using materials, that is cloth materials, phones, and other souvenirs to entice voters. In the South-South, multiple party agents reported a desire for voters to show proof of their votes before being paid, with party agents reportedly compiling a list of their voters in Esan Central local government area of Edo State.
The organization said that, although the Independent National Electoral Commission improved in logistics deployment, resulting in the early arrival of officials at polling units across the country, issues surrounding the non-functionality of the bimodal voters accreditation system were raised. They further said its observers deployed across the country showed there were more cases of vote buying, voter intimidation, and violence during the governorship elections compared to the presidential polls on February 25th. Speaking to journalists in Abuja on its observations, the pro-democracy think tank pointed out the positive and negative effects the governorship election has on the ongoing democratic journey. They noted the possibility of diversity among political parties at various positions in the country, despite the identity differences that were evident in the just concluded election.
The first is that violent conduct around polling units and the collation of results increases the risk of post-election litigation or the prospect of supplementary elections. And this has the added effect of seeing courts have a role in determining who is seen to be elected, further undermining the sense that the voters have that their vote is valued and that whoever is eventually declared reflects their choices. Nigeria's identity divisions have been more pronounced in these elections, with narratives amplified by online discourse further contributing to accentuating these identity cleavages. And instances of systematic disenfranchisement on the basis of ethnicity and the expectation that would translate into votes for another party will also lead to more partisanship and division in incoming administrations.
In its recommendation for other elections, CDD advises that all stakeholders must work together alongside the electoral body during elections to ensure credible elections.
It is why stakeholders in the electoral process must work together to ensure solutions are preferred to ensure sustainable development in the electoral processes. Because no matter how much INEC improves, if the state does not do more to tackle security, to tackle violence, to tackle thuggery, to tackle misinformation, violence, rhetoric, and hate speech, then whatever improvements are made in election administration itself will have a limited effect in reassuring voters that their votes can actually count.